Hey, this is Christina Barnes with MotivatedMarriage.com, and I want to talk about a term known as the 7-year itch. Now, this is a term that I heard growing up, and I was taught that a lot of times marriages fail at the 7-year mark. And interesting enough, they do fail right at the 7-year mark. And 50% of those marriages that end in divorce, a lot of them end right around that time. And why is it that marriages end right around this time? Could it be that they're not prepared for marriage, that people spend more time and more money preparing for their education, for their jobs and their future than they actually spend preparing for what marriage is like? Because a lot of times people go into marriage and they think, well, we're in love and this feeling is going to last forever and things are just always going to be great. Well, let me give you an insight. That feeling that you feel is only going to last about 2 years. Typically, when you get the butterflies, and people do great things during that first 2 years of that romantic, what I call the honeymoon stage. People fly across country, people spend hours on the phone, but it's whenever you go into the next phase of love, that's whenever things have to be a little bit more intentional, and people need to put a little bit more effort into that. And so many people don't know that that's important to put the effort in after that honeymoon phase ends. And I didn't know. I wanted to quit my marriage. I wanted to, this was hard. This is way too hard to keep on going. And it was right around that time. I don't know if things just heat up all of a sudden right around that time, but that's what happened to me. We had just moved from a city where there was millions of people to a little bitty town. I had no support system, no friends, no family, and my husband was working crazy hours. We had 3 little kids, so I'm home all alone, and things were just hard. And I felt that the marriage wasn't getting fed. I didn't feed it. He didn't feed it. We didn't even know. We weren't taught that. All we knew was things were hard. We didn't have the butterflies, and all of a sudden things just weren't as easy as they used to be. And I just want to talk to you about this phase of love, because so many people walk away at this time, and this is the time to really dig in and to learn how to love at a whole new level that you didn't even know how to love before. And I didn't have any tools going into my marriage, and so learning all the tools that I've gone through and learned now and how to quit people, I'm thinking, man, I wish I could have used this, 7 years ago whenever I was going through these hard times. And let me just share with you what happened to me at this time. Whenever we were going through this tough time, I just prayed. I said, Lord, you're going to have to help me, because I don't know what to do here, and I'm ready to quit. And I literally had my bags packed. I was ready to get in the car. I had the kids loaded up, and it was early in the morning. And I was in this little bitty town. All of a sudden, I got a knock on the door. And I'm thinking, who is home? Who's knocking on my door? I don't even know anyone in this town. So I opened the door, and I was so shocked, because on the other side of that door was a pastor's wife that I didn't even go to their church. But God intervened because he knew I was crying out for help, and I did not have the tools to work with. And so she came solely on the fact that someone in her church had a dream, and in that dream it implied that my husband and I were needing some help. So that morning she loaded up her kids and she came and gave us a visit. Just so happened my husband was home. She sat us down and we talked about marriage. We talked about the issues that we were going through. And so when you have no hope and you don't know what to do, call on God. And if you don't have a God, maybe you need my God. My God's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I know that he answers prayer. If you don't know how to pray, then send me an email at Christina@motivatedmarriage.com. I'd love to pray with you. If you want to send me your phone number, I'll call you. We'll pray together. But the design for marriage was not to end at the 7-year mark. The design for marriage was to last a lifetime. And I didn't know that. I didn't really see that growing up. My parents divorced right at the 7-year mark. My mom and stepdad divorced right at the 7-year mark. So here I am thinking I've taken on that concept into my marriage, and I thought, well, I guess this is about run its course. Well, I didn't want that to happen, but I didn't know any different. But God had a different plan for me, and I know he had a different plan for you. So if you're getting weary, you're getting tired, and you just want to give up, don't give up. Get some prayer, and if you don't do that, get some tools. There are so many tools out there. I just got registered for or certified with the program called Prepare and Enrich, and oh my goodness, these tools were amazing. So I just want to give you some hope to keep on keeping on. There's a reason why you've married the person that you're married, and God has a plan for you. So if you want to see more videos like these, make sure and like us on Facebook and visit us on our website at motivatedmarriage.com. Until then, I'll talk to you next time.